This is a Ghetto Geek establishment. Ghetto Geeks, stand up.
Yes, it's Ghetto Geek here, Ghetto Geek TV. We're live in Word Up Ours, and we've got the queen of spoken word here today. Special guest, the one and only Francois. How you doing, Kat?
I'm okay, thank you. Wonderful to be here. Thank you for the invite, darling.
Oh,
Scare you? Does my truth annoy you and irritate you? Does it make you shift in your seat? The thought of thrashing feet and fingers gnarled and desperate, crying frantically to get free? If terror stuck in throats unable to escape? Or does it make you want to say, oh my gosh, she's so aggressive?
do you know what? I'm just quickly just jump into a moment. Actually, we were just talking about before off air and everything. Was you kind of reaching out to the Northwest London youths? Elsley Primary School, big up yourselves, little shout out. You know, just tell us a little bit about what you did and how you felt about that before we start.
Well, I went to the school this morning and they were doing a project on the Windrush.
Yeah.
So I done a bit of investigation, found a woman, Lucy Harris, who'd been on the actual original Windrush boat, and found out about her story and used that as a character to talk to the children, get them to answer questions, and done like a little PowerPoint and talked about a lot of different things with them. Yeah. I was quite not surprised because I work with young people. I was pretty surprised at how many intelligent questions. I mean, when one child asked me, did I prefer childhood or adulthood? I was like,
that threw me as
what a thing, you know? I had to come out of character. I was like, what? No, we've got so much good questions, you know, and a lot of them were up on the racism thing. There's one little black boy, when they came and they couldn't get houses. And I was like, I was like, all right, well, if you're going there, I'm going there.
Yeah,
then,
no, you had license. You had license for that.
Yeah, so that was really nice. And what was actually nice as well is, like, you know, you had Polish kids in there, you had kids from India, Pakistan, and they could all talk about their grandparents or their great-grandparents and what it was like. So there was a connection. Like, sometimes we think there's not a connection with history. I think if you can connect history to the youth, they will get it. They will understand, and then they will translate their own stories about, I'm going to go and ask my mum or my dad or my gran and what it was like, you know, because they feel British, but they know when they look in the mirror, them look a little different, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that difference.
Thank you so much for the level of sort of research you put into this work. This is just for like a short primary school workshop, and you put a lot of dedication into your craft, and I think that is that's a symbol of what you kind of do in all of your work, even in your own personal narratives.
I'm intense,
intense.
I'm very intense, you know. But, you know, I mean, it's important that when you're asked to do something, you do it to the best of your ability. And I think something like, if you're talking about the Windrush, you have to know what you're talking about. Listen, I found out things like there was things that I didn't know, and it was really, really interesting. So I've always been a history buff, but I got fed up with history in school because it never related to me. So I think as I'm getting older, I'm finding out things that more relate to me, and that is bringing my excitement. And I'll tell you, you know, thank you for inviting me, because now I have a new workshop to sell to school. Yes! Because I just think it's a great idea. You come in as a character, you present that to the kids, you've got the PowerPoints, and they've got something visual to see, and then you do some poetry with them afterwards. So just based on this morning and how much I enjoyed it, that's going to be up on the website very shortly, offering a Windrush workshop for young children.
One of your powerful things is telling your own story. When you tell someone else's story, you put a lot of work and energy into getting the knowledge, and I haven't really done that kind of thing, and I'm interested.
I'm nosy, Thomas. Okay, I love information. I love information. I love finding out about people's lives. As much as I love to talk, I also love to listen. So I'm a person, a few years ago, I got a chance to do a project where we was going around Islam community, interviewing old people in old people's homes, Turkish groups, West Indian, like Caribbean Association. And that's the first time I'd been involved in it, and I loved it. Talked to an old black nurse who'd sold a cow to run away from England. She'd been a postmistress, so I took some of her stories. Do you see what I'm saying?
I see you, I'm
so you take different stories, and I think, and also I think the thing with us, like black histories, you know, Caribbean histories, African histories, are not necessarily there just for us to type in and Google. So sometimes you've got to do some mad research. But you know, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I got a recording device last week, and I'm going to see Gran on Wednesday, and my Gran love chat, so I'm just going to put that down. Because that's the family history,
Yeah.
and you know, Gran's not going to be around forever. What happens when the great grandkids come along? At least they can sit down and hear her voice and hear the stories. Because some people are quite generous.
Yes.
I spoke to my great aunt, who's probably 80 odd, and she was like, "No, not my life."
Oh, Lord.
But you know, those that who are generous, I'm there. I'm there. Even some friends, like I've got a friend whose grand's in her 90s. She wants me to go around and because it's history, and
Yes.
I love stories, and I think. Who wants to pick up a dry history book? I love to read, but no thank you. Who wants to pick up it? But you know, if we as creatives can present history in an interesting, challenging, but intriguing way, the average man or woman or child is going to want to respond. And that's what got me this morning. It was the young boys and their excitement.
Yeah.
They were really like plugged in, and we all know how hard it can to reach our young men. So that shows if you are creative and you present something in a way that children can relate to,
Right.
bang, they're on it. We've got to stop being dry and boring in it and do the same dry old lesson plans.
This is all I'm saying. This is the reason why, you know, as a spoken word educator, as a pioneer in the spoken word, drama, theatre, there's so many different things. I'm looking so forward to seeing what your set's going to be, because each time we know it's going to be different. Even the same performance will be different.
It
I've-
depends
I've-
very much on my mood.
Yeah,
I'm
I
quite,
see that.
I can be quite an emotional performer.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Which
man.
means I just tap into how I'm feeling or what's going on. So tonight I'm going to be trying out 2 very fresh pieces. So fresh, they're not even off the page, which is very unusual for
Oh,
me.
yeah.
But I think sometimes as performers, it's really important to share our work when it's there and when we're in that mode and we're feeling that. And sometimes I can be a little bit of a perfectionist. Like I won't come out and do stuff unless it's like tight.
Tight.
And I'm like, Kat, no, you've got to share. It's the emotion, it's the feeling that you're sharing. It's not just about,
Yeah.
it should be perfect. So I'm
agree.
looking forward to that.
I agree. I'm so sorry we run out of time. I wanted to,
Not a
do you know, I wanted to
problem.
talk about that moment at Boxing, at Yomi's birthday, Boxing last year, man. There was something happened, and when you did that, your little set, man, it was a crazy set. I wish I had a chance to open that one up. I wanted to talk this.
Don't worry, when you have to come back.
Spoken word education, so many different little things you're doing, all your other shows.
Well, come when you're ready,
touring
come
around
and do
other
another,
countries.
come and do another interview in it. We'll sit down and do a
South
proper.
Africa, the song that you were doing with the girls in the school. Oh, so many different things. But
know.
you know what? Thank you so much
Not
for
a
the
problem.
time that we've got.
Not a problem.
Looking forward to that set.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Ghetto Geek TV, Ghetto Geek signing out.